Hey guys, this is Poet Spice and I am here to do Dani Button's Olympic Coloring Tag 2021. I was tagged by my girl Jojoza Hanna, whose link will be down in the description box below. That is my girl, okay? What? Yes, that's my girl, Jojo. All right, now I'm probably not going to end up tagging anybody because by the time I get around to a tag, everybody I know has already done it. So if you want to do this tag, just go ahead and jump in. So I am not a big Olympics person. I'm not really into sports. I don't plan watching them. If they happen to be on and it's a event I'm not even necessarily an event, but it just looks interesting at the time, then I'll watch it. But yeah, I'm not really into the Olympics, but this was a fun tag and JoJo tagged me, so here we go. Yay. All right, and it is kind of cool how she put these related to coloring items, and I might do something like this related to stamping or whatever. Okay, so first question, let me quit yakking blah blah blah, is opening ceremonies. What country are you rooting for, or where are you from? I am from the United States, which is probably pretty obvious. And I picked this book off the shelf that says The Night Voyage because, like I said, I'm not really into sports. So for the most part, I don't really care who wins. If I happen to be looking at it and I end up choosing, like, I root for the person who, like, looks like they're doing the best at the time, or, you know, like people with a good attitude. So, like, I happened to be watching the Chinese, the diving and the Chinese, they were the synchronized swimming. I can't even remember. But anyway, it was a synchronized diving and the Chinese team was winning. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they do win because they were rocking the diving. Okay, they were the best. So I typically root for whoever is the best, and it doesn't matter where they come from. So this is why I picked this page from The Night Voyage, because it's just all over and it goes back and forth and it's just a bunch of houses. So yeah, because I don't really care who wins the prize. It's just whoever does the best. Now, when they start cheating and be like, oh no, we're not gonna, yeah, I don't like that because they do that a lot in like figure skating. Okay, so number 2, diving. What book made you dive into adult coloring? So I had coloring books. I've been coloring since I was a little kid. So you have your regular coloring books and all that kind of stuff. And then everybody knows Johanna Basford. But what made me go around, because I've only been doing it now, like adult coloring books on the regular since March of this year. So what made me get back into it was Imagimorphia. Now, I don't have that many pages. I think I only have 2 things colored in. Don't have anything colored in this one. No, I don't. I've got stuff marked, but I don't have stuff colored. Okay, so this one was the one that made me get back into like, oh yeah, I want to do that, because I was looking at videos and I don't know what possessed me, but I was looking at videos and I had already purchased some earlier in the year, like around January, but I bought them and they sat on the shelf. I was looking at this one again on somebody's video and just seeing a bunch of pictures, and so this one made me just like go ahead and start ordering and stuff. And I love the detail. So if you've been on my channel or my craft channel, I love detail. So and then I love finding color, or find it in the picture. I always like those kind of games. So like, here's the picture and you need to find 6 of these or whatever, or find the different. I love those. So I was like, yay. All right, then it says gymnastics. What wish list item would you flip out if you got? Okay, so my wish list item that I flipped out, because I did get, were my Derwent Inktense. I had the 36 or 32 set forever, but I wanted the full set and I was not going to pay for it at the time. And so, look, I did a whole video because Jojoza Hanna, oh my gosh, she bought me the whole set of Derwent Inktense. So I was flipping out. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Even when I think about it now, and you can see where I use them. Even when I think about it now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my girl did that for me. She's so awesome. She's so awesome. She's so awesome. And she's probably gonna watch this video. And Jojo, I wish you would put a Amazon wish list. so we can pull stuff off of it for you. Anyway, so that is what I would have flipped over, and I did flip over when she got it for me. And now the supply that I would like the most, if you know, is the full set of polychromos. That would, I'd be like, ah! Okay. So, let's see. That's gymnastics. Tennis. What item made you go back and forth before finally buying it? It would be the 24 set of polychromos. So I did buy one set, and because of the price jump between, well, just because of the price anyway, but because of the price jump from like the 12 to the 24 to the 36 to the full set, it's like massive amounts of money. So I went back and forth because I'm like, do I only want to get a 12 set at like an exorbitant price, or do I want to get a 24 set, or do I want to get a 30? So I just kept going back and forth between actually which size set to buy. And then I went back and forth because of how much they cost. And clearly I do not have the full set because that mug is like $200. Okay, let's see. So number 5 is wrestling. What trend can you not get behind? Girl, boy, whoever's watching, I cannot get behind these color by numbers, these color by stickers, these color by colors. That's just not my thing. I'm not saying that anybody else doesn't, you know, anybody else can't like them. I'm saying I can't get behind them because to me, they do nothing for me. I'm like, if I wanted somebody to tell me what to do and put down, then what's the point of me coloring? And that's just me. I'm not, like I said, that's just me, how I feel about when it comes to me doing these. So I cannot get by that color by anything trend. Now, on the flip side, I do like the paint by numbers because I'm not good at like acrylic painting and stuff. So that would be okay, but yeah, I can't get by that color by number stuff. That's just not my thing. Okay, let's see. Then it says marathon. What page took you the longest to color? That would be in my Mythomorphia. And that would be my double page spread, which also is going to go for another question later. So this double page spread in Mythomorphia, Mythomorphia? Yeah, Mythomorphia, because I actually have this in Color Morphia too. Took me the longest to do because I actually did... I did all the like brickwork and stonework in pencil. And then I went back and did the other things. And then I needed to make this color go with this more because the colors that I chose originally were too bright and on the yellow versus on the greeny blue. So then I had to go over those pieces again. Then I had to let it dry because you can't do... You know, this is Derwent ink tints and stuff as well. So you got to let it dry. Then you got to go back over it. And then I didn't like the colors because they weren't deep enough. So then I had to go back over it. So this one took me the longest one to do. This double page spread, a Kirby. All right, basketball. What artist is a slam dunk auto buy? Okay. So, as long as he keeps doing the same kind of stuff, it is Josh Lee. Because this is straight up my alley, okay? So we've got this quirky, weird stuff going on, mixed with detail, mixed with gothic, mixed with... It gives you different types of... Like, this is more Japan, and then... I mean, it has that anime style, obviously, but... It's just got weird stuff and detail, and then, like... uber detail, but not so much gorgeousness here. So as far as I know, he only has these 2 actual coloring books out, but for coloring books, slam dunk in the cart. Okay, then I also have another one. Pretty much probably anything that Joseph Katimbang does for Mythographic would probably be in my cart. All right, surfing. What is one of your newest finds? This wasn't my find. This was JoJo's. But it's one of my newest in here and one that I love. And I have a flip through coming up of this because this book is freaking hilarious. It has that other part of me that I like. So it's got the detail, because there's a lot of stuff in it, but it's also simple, so you could just flat color this. But it also has quirkiness. So, for example, Why is this lizard eating Rapunzel's hair? We don't know, but it's there. Why is Ariel in a fishbowl? We got the gingerbread man with his leg torn off, and Tinkerbell's eating it. What? Then you got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle eating pizza in the same picture. That makes no sense, but it's hilarious. So that would be a new find. All right, Synchronized Swimming. What is your favorite buddy color? So I just showed you my mythographic one, or not mythographic. I always say those wrong. Mythomorphia one, which is my double page spread with JoJo. Well, you just saw it. I'm not gonna put it out again with JoJo. Then my other one, and I think they're tied, is this one in Spirit Animals that I did with Deb Heilbeck. I'm hoping I was saying her last name right. So I did this one with Deb, and this one was for my steampunk one, and I really like it because it's the first like portrait one I've done in any of the Hannah Carlzon books. And I actually went and did it with mostly colored pencils, except for her skin. So everything else is colored pencils or glitter gel pen. The background is distress ink with a stencil of cogs. And I did use some Derwents here, but then I went over it again with some pencils and so forth. So, and I liked it because it was just one of the first pages of portraits, and then also it was one of the first pages where I went over it so much to get rid of the white space. I mean, you could still see a little bit, but not that much. I mean, like, you can see how much pencil I put on here because I just rubbed some of it off. So that's my other one. So those two tie. Let's see. Soccer. What is one goal you have for the end of the year? I do not set crafty goals as far as coloring. I guess the only goal I would have is to just make sure that I use the supplies that I bought. So I have a tendency, because I also do craft. I have like a lot of hobbies. I craft, I crochet, I knit. I used to cross stitch. I make wire jewelry. So here's one of the examples of one of my rings that I made a while ago. So I make wire jewelry. I make cards. I make junk journals. I can sew. I don't do it very often anymore, but I can sew. I draw. So I have lots of hobbies, and then I'll tend to buy a lot of stuff, and then I don't use it all. So that would be the goal that I have, is just to use more and more of my stuff and to buy less stuff that I'm not going to use. All right, let's see. Decathlon, what are your 10 favorite books? Okay, so this would be, I think I got all of them. So let's go ahead and go to fives. My favorite books. Favorite books. So one of them is Mythomorphia. And actually, I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to just say the Kirby Rosanna's Orphea books. So if it says Orphea at the end, there you go. Another one are, maybe these tie because it only has two, it would be the Josh Lee fantasy books. So now we'll see two of them. Third, and this isn't in order, it's just what's on my desk. This Beauty of Horror, Ghosts of Christmas. This book is so funny. Oh my gosh. I know some people don't like creepy and whatever, but this book cracks me up. It makes me laugh so bad. So, like, you've got this, like, ghost lady, and then look at these evil. Can you see these evil? These evil snowmen. What? That's just funny. Look at his face. And he's got teeth. I wrote a story about what if snowmen had teeth. That's the other thing I do. I also write, so I have way too many hobbies, and I only have one room and one desk to do everything on. So this book cracks me up. Love this book. Another one that was like a surprise, and it just fits. So is this the Tiny Little Horrors coloring book. This book is funny. So you have, I did this one for Olga Ronnie's Old Man Challenge for her color and find. And they are just fun, creepy, weird little pictures. So here he is. He's either electrocuting the bear or trying to start his heart. Boo! So it just has some funny little pictures. And I like it because they are funny little pictures. So if you don't want to do a background, you don't have to. Like, so I did this one in June. And there's no background. I didn't put anything else in it except for just the ground. Like, so she's not like floating in the air. So, love that one. Another one I like, excuse me, my allergies starting to act up, is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. I always want to put it Inky and the Ivy Butterfly. I love this book. Now, I haven't read the story yet, but I just like, one, that it is a story, and two, that it has all these different pictures and formats and so forth. Plus, this paper is thick as a mug. Love that. I just like the way it is. I just love it. So if I only had one Johanna Basford book, it would be this one. And I actually have 2 copies. All right, when we get to Mythographic, like I said earlier, this one, which is ironic, because this is actually a Fabiano Antonazio one, but my slam dunks would be Joseph C. All right, so Enchanted Castles is one of my favorites because I like buildings. I don't know, I've been on this home house kick for a couple years now, so if it's a building and it's got houses or castles or something, I'm all about that. So that one, I don't know how many that is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 7. 50 Summer Miniatures. I know. See, this is what I'm saying. My tastes run the gambit. So 50 Summer Miniatures. I like them because I wish they were the same size as this. I wish they were the same size as this. That would make this book perfect. Or even if it was a square. But I love it because they have, this is detailed, right? You got plenty of detail. But it's simple. Like, you could just flat color this and it'd be okay. Now, I really don't flat color, but you could. And you just have all these little vignettes that are just so adorable. And you could color this simply, or you could go hog wild on detail. So, for example, here's one. And I added all the dots to the sand and all the shading for it, a background, and so forth. Loving my alcohol markers. And then here's another one that I did with Flowwood pencils, and you can see all the detail that's in there for that. Or you could just simply not put as much detail. Like, my son has 4 different colors of orange in it, like yellow and yellow orange. There's 4 different colors. I don't even remember how many I put on that thing, but it's just fabulous. So that's another one. And I like the summer one probably because it's summertime. All right, another one is this one. It's this minuet one. Number 1, I love the anthropomorphic animals in this. So you got a bunny rabbit, and she's over here fixing her flowers and stuff. Love it. So you have anthropomorphic animals, and then you have like just regular deer and stuff. Then it has food, which I'm not a real big fan of, like, necessarily, oh, I gotta have a book with food. But it's just fun to color all these different things. And I like this. Once again, detailed, whatever. So definitely my fun one. And I tried out my Flowwood pencils, and they, look how wonderful this is. Now, you may not think it's wonderful, but they color beautifully on this paper. I love it. Okie dokie then. We're almost done. Almost done. Last one. This is like that book that you buy and you're like, you love it so much, but you don't want to color in it, and it's too expensive to buy 2 copies. So it's this one. Oh my gosh, I love this book. It is so pretty. It is, I mean, even just having the pictures by themselves would be just awesome. It is so pretty. And I always love Asian inspired. Well, not everything Asian inspired, but like if it's got an Asian inspiration to it, I usually pretty much like it. I'm not all about the manga and the chibi thing, or manga and chibi, whatever. But when it's more, I don't know. I don't know what style you would call this, but when it's a little more realistic as far as the people look, I'm all about that. So that is it. Now the last thing is closing ceremony, which is to pass the torch. So I'm going to pass it on to whoever wants to do this tag, whoever's watching, and say yay. All right, so thanks for watching, and I appreciate it. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and commenting. I want to thank all the people who are new to my channel, because my channel is really new as far as coloring things go. So I appreciate everybody who comes by and stops by, leaves comments, and so forth. All right, thanks for watching. Go Olympic people. Woohoo!